I'm absolutely shocked. I can literally see down there to Kinder Scout. It's full of tents. It's absolutely full of tents. We can see so many people here and over there. I know that we're up here as well, so, you know, I can't stop other people coming, but I can't believe the sheer number of people up here. You come out to wild camp to get a bit of peace and quiet and, you know, be off grid and wake up on your own, but yeah, incredible how many people. So after the hike up to Kinder Scout, we've decided to scrap it off, to be honest. Hello, so we are currently down here in Edale car park, down in Derbyshire, on the Pennine Trail to go and hike up Kinder Scout for a bit of wild camping. I'm taking one of my friends from Poland with me today, who's visiting me for a holiday. He's never been wild camping, so I thought, what better place to go? I've never been here, but I've been around the Peak District. It's amazing. It was very busy when we first got here, so naturally we stopped in the pub, we had a quick pint, and now we're about to head off. It's 6:15 in the evening, and it's looking a bit rough in the sky, so it looks like we're gonna have a bit of rain potentially. So we need to get up there quickly and get our tent set up so we can start moving. We're heading up, last minute decision, just a quick trip on a Saturday evening. Basically, we're very busy earlier, and so we waited around for a bit, and we're now heading up the trail path. So hopefully we'll be up there before sunset. We've got ourselves a nice bit of dinner to cook. Boiled pasta, nothing special. My legs are still tired from the South Downs Way, but good to get them out and get them stretched. So on we go. Before I get into some of my frustrations later on, I want to be clear. I don't own these hills, and I think it's brilliant that more people are getting outdoors. I wild camp, I hike, and I leave my boot prints too. So this isn't about gatekeeping. Most people come up here for the same reasons I do, to enjoy the views, switch off, and spend time in nature. But it only takes a few to spoil it. Leaving rubbish, blasting music, or treating it more like a party spot than the outdoors, and suddenly the whole feel of the hill changes. Wild camping here isn't legal, but when it's done quietly and respectfully, it's often tolerated. The busier it gets, and the more bad habits creep in, the more that fragile tolerance is at risk. And that's a shame. These hills really do have room for everyone, if we all just respect them and leave no trace. We have a cairn. Didn't go to plan, did it? Oh, I'll try again. Here we have a cairn. I'm useless. Cairn. So we're now gonna head up there. We'll approach Kinder Low and then move on to Kinder Scout, where we'll find a nice pitch. There's a few tents up there already, so they've obviously taken some decent spots behind the rocks, shielded from the wind. So hopefully we can get a spot up there and we can sort a nice sunrise out too. It's supposed to be a really calm evening and a calm morning without a breath of wind. Let's see if the Met Office get it right. I highly doubt it. So I just spoke to a guy on the way up who asked me about how long it's going to take to get to the summit, because the two girls he's with want to see the sunset. And I said, do you have any torch or any way to like navigate down safely? Even though it's a fairly standard path. He said no. I said, okay, You do realise that if you stay up there for sunset, when you come down, it's going to be dark because the sun will be set. Oh yeah, it will be, won't it? So I said to him, you're going to have to use your flashlight on your phone. But it still amazes me to this day. This is quite an easy path up to Kinder Scout, relatively. How many people will still come out without, I mean, they don't have jackets or anything, and the temperature's starting to drop already. And people wonder why they get into trouble. People just will not take it seriously. They see that the weather's going to be nice, and then mountain rescue have to get called out, come and help them. You know, people end up getting hurt or they lose their lives. Does my bloody head in. Also, I've heard some bad things about Kinder Scout recently with the rubbish and idiots staying up here, making fires, leaving tents behind, doing all that kind of silly stuff. I've already seen loads of rubbish and beer cans on the way up. Why can't these people just stick to going down the pub or smashing up their own back gardens? It's not very fair on the rest of us that love to go and appreciate these places and keep them nice and clean and tidy. Rant over, just seen a sheep, looks pretty happy. The views can bring my happiness back. I think I'm being a bit over the top in terms of, you know, the likelihood of something serious happening, but the things do happen, right? So we are now at the trig point of Kinder Low, and we're going to carry on down that way out to the end towards Kinder Scout. I'm absolutely shocked. I can literally see down there to Kinder Scout. It's full of tents. It's absolutely full of tents. We can see so many people here and over there. I know that we're up here as well, so, you know, I can't stop other people coming, but I can't believe the sheer number of people up here. You come out to wild camp to get a bit of peace and quiet and, you know, be off grid and wake up on your own, but yeah, incredible how many people. So after the hike up to Kinder Scout, we've decided to scrap it off, to be honest.
Now, I know it might not look that busy on camera. I was careful not to film people directly, but what you don't see here is the noise, the groups around me, and just how many were spread across the top. It felt completely different in person. And to be fair, I get it. We had an amazing sunset up here that you can see right now. And that's exactly why I was here too. It's a stunning place. I just wished everybody would enjoy it without leaving a mark.
Such an amazing place. The rock formations are stunning. Reminds me of Brimham Rocks, not too far away. But yeah, they're just literally everywhere you turn, every rock you walk past, there's another tent behind it. And like I say, it's up to everybody else what they want to do. You know, you can't stop people doing it, but it's a bit kind of, it's not what I signed up for. When I like to go wild camping, I like to be out in the remote parts by myself. You know, there are a lot of people there. Good on them for getting out, but definitely not my scene, especially on a Saturday evening. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's basically a load of teenagers with a Bluetooth speaker, basically being really loud. It's really disappointing, to be fair. These places are supposed to be sanctuaries for people to come and enjoy nature. You know, just other people are very selfish, I suppose, in terms of, you know, making loads of noise and ruining the atmosphere. Also, you have a lot of animals up here, sheep, birds, plus, you know, tons of other wildlife. You know, And I just think it's really disrespectful. I hate things like that. So I'm glad I'm leaving, to be fair. What a disappointment though, what a disappointment of how people are these days, you know, thinking about themselves, don't really care how it affects other people in a place like this. Yeah, it is what it is though. What can I do? Can't really approach them. Last time I approached somebody in a tent for making loads of noise, they pulled out a machete on me. So this is appropriate for, you know, when you bring your kids out for a nice hike in the day. Obviously, case rested. Obviously my case is... Obviously, my case is rested. Is case rested? It doesn't even sound like a real thing. Case rest? I rest my case, that's it. My case is rested. I wonder if I'm basically just a hiking snob now, just because I bought a few bits of named gear and I've been out a few times and I've done a bit of research. You know, maybe when I was like, I don't know, 16 to 18 or something, I would have been out doing the same thing. Yeah, maybe you just become a bit of a snob, grumpy old man, basically, because kids are having fun.
I love seeing more people out in the hills. It's brilliant. But what spoils it is the rubbish, the noise and the damage. It takes away from what makes these places so special. Thanks for watching, and if you've had a wild camp like this, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories, and I'll see you on the next one.